Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL offseason, you know that the Cleveland Browns are entering a new chapter, and it's one that has everyone talking. The team is not just looking to compete, they're aiming to take a big leap. And one of the most intriguing stories this year centers around their new rookie quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Yes, that's right, Shedeur Sanders, the young gunslinger out of Colorado, is making waves as he prepares for his first NFL training camp, which is set to kick off on July 23rd. And let me tell you, Browns fans, this isn't just any rookie story. This is about a player who's already garnered attention even before stepping onto the field in Cleveland, and that's no small feat. Shedeur Sanders, son of the legendary NFL and college football star Deion Sanders, is stepping into the NFL spotlight with a lot of expectations hanging over his head. But it's not just the hype around his name that makes his story compelling. It's the raw talent, the dedication, and the resilience that he's shown throughout his journey, from college success to NFL aspirations. And guys, this offseason has been a whirlwind for him, full of moments that reveal his character, his work ethic, and his mindset heading into what could be a pivotal season not only for him, but for the Browns franchise as well. Before we dive into the details of what's been happening recently, let's set the stage a little. The Browns, as we all know, have been a team on the rise, but they're also a team that's been searching for stability at the quarterback position for quite some time. With Deshaun Watson's ups and downs and a roster filled with talented players, Cleveland is desperate for a spark, a new face that can energize the offense and lead them to consistent wins. That's where Shedeur Sanders comes into play. Drafted in the 5th round, many analysts initially questioned whether he'd be able to make an impact at the NFL level. But as we've seen in recent years, late-round picks and underdog stories often turn into the most compelling narratives. Now, what makes Sanders' story even more interesting is the context of his journey. Coming out of Colorado, he wasn't just another quarterback. He was a player who transformed the Buffaloes from a team with just one win before his arrival to a 9-4 team in a matter of 2 seasons. That's a remarkable turnaround, and it speaks volumes about his leadership and talent. In 2024, he threw for over 400 yards, 37 touchdowns, and only 10 interceptions, finishing with a 74% completion rate. These aren't just numbers. They're signs of a poised, accurate quarterback who understands how to make plays under pressure and manage the game efficiently. And of course, the media attention surrounding him has been relentless, with discussions about his potential to be a future NFL star. But as we all know, transitioning from college to the pros isn't just about talent. It's about mindset, preparation, and sometimes, resilience against the inevitable pressure. Sanders has faced some off-the-field distractions, like a couple of traffic citations for speeding, which, let's be honest, are minor issues in the grand scheme of things. They don't impact his ability to perform, but they do remind us that he's still adjusting to life as an NFL rookie. Still, what's impressive is how he's handled his time off. During the break between minicamp and training camp, Sanders took the opportunity to go back home to Texas and spend time with his father, Deion Sanders. And guys, that's a big deal. If you've been following Deion Sanders' career, you know that his health has been a concern recently. Deion has been dealing with an undisclosed medical issue, which he addressed publicly at the Big 12 Media Day. Despite that, he returned to Colorado to continue his duties as coach, but it's clear that family remains a priority for him. For Shedeur, getting that quality time with his dad before the grind of NFL training camp starts could be just what he needs mentally and emotionally. It's a chance to regroup, to get some advice, and to soak in that guidance from one of the greatest to ever play the game. It's a moment of bonding that might prove invaluable as he steps into his first professional season. While he was in Texas, Shedeur didn't slow down. No, he kept working out diligently each day, focusing on his craft and preparing himself physically and mentally for the demands of the NFL. In fact, he made an appearance at the OT7s, those 7-on-7 drills that are so popular in the offseason, where many of Colorado's top recruiting targets and college prospects gather to show their skills. And what's really exciting here is that Sanders was spotted wearing a Browns helmet and jersey, working out on his father's private field in Dallas. You can see the dedication, the focus, and the pride he has in being part of this Cleveland organization. This isn't just about showing up for a workout, it's about embracing his new team, his new journey. Sanders is already making it clear that he's all in, putting in the work, and soaking up every opportunity to improve. Remember, this is a player who's been through intense media scrutiny since high school, and his college career only added fuel to the fire. Playing at Colorado, he became one of the most talked-about quarterbacks in college football, largely because of his connection to his dad, Deion Sanders, and his undeniable talent. The media buzz followed him everywhere, from big games to off-field headlines. And yet, through it all, he maintained focus, showcasing his talent with impressive stats, leadership qualities, and a calm demeanor under pressure. Now, as he prepares for his rookie season, the spotlight remains bright. The Browns' quarterback room is crowded, with veteran Joe Flacco expected to be the starter, thanks to his extensive NFL experience and his familiarity with the team's offense. Flacco's leadership and game management are seen as assets, especially for a young team aiming for stability. Behind him, there's Kenny Pickett, a veteran with a promising track record, and Dillon Gabriel, another rookie who's fighting for a spot. And then, of course, there's Shedeur Sanders, the late-round pick with high upside. The competition is fierce, and Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has been clear. The position is wide open. That's a challenge for any rookie, especially one drafted in the 5th round, but Sanders isn't shying away from it. In fact, he's embracing the challenge with enthusiasm. During minicamp, he was among the last players to leave the field, working tirelessly to improve his mechanics, footwork, and decision-making. Stefanski has spoken highly of him, saying that having Sanders in the meeting room brings a great energy and personality that lifts the team. The coach even joked about how Joe Flacco and Sanders bounce ideas off each other, creating a dynamic that's both productive and entertaining. According to Stefanski, Sanders is a great kid who's working his tail off and playing really well in practice. That's not just coach speak. Those are words of a player who's catching the attention of his teammates and coaching staff alike. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Browns are well aware of the importance of developing their young quarterback. They're not rushing him into the starting role, but they're giving him every opportunity to learn and grow. The plan is to let him compete, to see if he can earn the trust of the coaching staff, and eventually to see if he can become the franchise quarterback of the future. With the NFL season approaching, all eyes will be on Shedeur Sanders, not just because of his talent, but because of the story he's writing, one of perseverance, dedication, and the pursuit of greatness. But beyond just this rookie, the Browns are also in a unique position to make a serious playoff run. The defense has been solid, led by stars like Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, and a rising secondary. The offensive line has shown improvement, and with the addition of young talents and veteran leadership, Cleveland is positioning itself as a contender. The question mark remains at quarterback, but with players like Sanders working behind the scenes, pushing the veterans, the Browns could have a secret weapon in their back pocket. If Shedeur can adapt quickly, learn from the veterans, and showcase his talent in preseason, he might just surprise everyone and earn a significant role sooner than expected. Looking at the bigger NFL picture, the AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions in football. The Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, and Pittsburgh Steelers are all loaded with talent and have their own playoff aspirations. The Bengals, with Joe Burrow leading the way, are always dangerous. The Ravens have a dynamic dual-threat quarterback in Lamar Jackson, and the Steelers, with their tough defense and emerging offense, are always in the mix. For Cleveland, navigating this division means not only being prepared on the field, but also having a quarterback who can step up and make a difference when it matters most. That's why every practice, every game, every moment in training camp is so critical for Sanders. And let's talk about the potential here. If Sanders develops as expected, he could be a game changer for the Browns. His ability to throw accurately, extend plays with his legs, and lead a young offense could give Cleveland a new dimension they haven't had in recent years. The coaching staff is already high on his work ethic, and players like Stefanski have emphasized his positive attitude and willingness to learn. The Browns' front office is optimistic, but they're also realistic. Development takes time, and they're prepared to nurture him, no matter how long it takes. Now the road ahead isn't without its hurdles. The NFL is a different beast from college, and the pressure to perform at this level can be overwhelming. But if Sanders can stay focused, avoid distractions, and continue to work as hard as he has been, there's a real chance he could be a key piece of Cleveland's puzzle in the near future. The team's fan base is eager to see what he can do, and social media is already buzzing with anticipation. Every throw, every practice clip, every moment of leadership will be scrutinized, and that's part of the process. But what's clear is that Sanders is embracing the grind, and that alone gives Browns fans hope for the future. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on Cleveland's quarterback competition, but more so on Shedeur Sanders because of what he represents. A new hope, a fresh perspective, and the possibility of a franchise-changing talent. The Browns are in a unique position this year, balancing veteran experience with young talent, and Sanders could very well be the spark that ignites a new era in Cleveland football. Keep your eyes peeled, Browns fans, because this story is just getting started and you won't want to miss a single moment. The journey of Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland is one that's filled with promise, challenge, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Stay tuned because the best is yet to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, fans, it's impossible not to get excited about what this season could bring. The Browns are building something special, and Sanders is at the heart of it. His journey from college star to NFL rookie is just beginning, but the signs are promising. Cleveland's coaching staff is optimistic about his potential, and players are already talking about his work ethic in the locker room. If he continues to develop, learns from the veterans, and stays focused, we might be witnessing the start of a new franchise legend. And of course, there's the bigger picture, what this means for the AFC North and the NFL as a whole. The division has always been tough, with teams that fight hard every week, but Cleveland might just have a secret weapon in Sanders. His unique combination of arm talent, mobility, and football IQ could make him a nightmare for defenses. And if he can adapt quickly to the speed and complexity of NFL defenses, the Browns could be a team no one wants to face come playoff time. The story of Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland is still unfolding, and every Browns fan should be excited about the possibilities. It's a story of perseverance, talent, and a relentless drive to be great. As we get closer to training camp, all eyes will be on him, watching how he steps up, how he handles the pressure, and how he continues to grow. One thing's for certain, Cleveland's future just got a lot more interesting. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and get ready for an incredible season ahead. This is more than just football, it's about a team, a city, and a new chapter in Browns history. And I, for one, can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.